Okay. Okay, I didn't think so.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm John McDonald.
I'm Teddy Zug.
I'm Torrin Schuster.
I'm Ben Bertzos.
I'm Andrew Rowe. I'm Corey Pike.
I'm Ben Perdue.
I'm Brendan Lang.
I'm Joe Wykowski.
I'm Charlie Carlton.
I'm Edwin Stevens.
I'm Casey Andry.
I'm Nick Wellen.
And we're the Back Row!
Yeah! Let's do it again, one more time.
In the beginning, there was Ian, and God spoke to Ian from on high, and sang him a song made of 13 different voices, and Ian took that from the top of Pikes Peak and wrote it down on tablets.
There were primarily one, but two rejects of Room 46 that got mad that they didn't get into the group and then decided to start their own a cappella group. And I believe they were tall and were always in the back row of choruses and things, and so they called it the back row. I have no idea if that's true. I've heard a couple different versions, but that one makes some sense.
At first, it was very small, but it kind of grew as time went on until it has flourished and where it is today. I feel like the next year, but 2 years ago, like my class, we kind of took off from there and helped make it what it is today.
How about you? I don't want to do it at all, John.
No, but that's not what you said yesterday.
Corey, it could be you, and it could just be your roommate. Like, we could pay him very small.
Usually we know most of what we need to know about somebody during the scales, which is like the first thing we do when somebody comes in. They come in, they make their first impression on us just by how they walk in, how they talk to us. And then from there they do scales up and down and give us an idea of the range, and based on how confidently they sing those and how well they stay in tune, we usually get a pretty good idea of if they're going to be okay and if it's going to be more of a struggle for them to be in the group.
The audition process is terrifying, in my opinion. I feel like it's so much more comforting to get up there with like 12 or 13 guys behind you and sing for like 1,000 people than it is to come into a room of guys that you barely know and sing to like 10 of them.
From their end, it wasn't very nerve-wracking, but from like just going in, it's absolutely terrifying. Just all these guys that I hadn't met, did not know any of them, and having to just get in there and sing, and it was just incredibly intimidating, and I felt a great amount of pressure.
We just all speak and come back together. And then on the last time I freaked out, bam! And then
I've pretty much nicknamed many of the members of the group. Pretty much I make fun of everyone pretty consistently with like no regard for feelings, and there's been some awkward moments because of that where I've like scared people or put them in a place where they've gotten like emotional and defensive, but it's always been in good fun.
They call me Ace, which I hate saying.
My first nickname was Violent C.
Everybody just started calling me Sluice.
I'm called the Squirrel Master.
My first semester in the group, my nickname was Magnus the Red. It was given to me by John McDonald because he thought that I really resembled a Viking, which is probably true since my family is from Lithuania, so it's kind of the right area, I guess. That's the really nice thing about giving people nicknames, is as soon as they have a nickname, they have a place in the group, they know their role. And if you have this little kind of cliquey, weird nickname thing going on, it just makes you feel more comfortable with the people and like you're in an exclusive group.
I can't wait to see you again.
I think it started with before we got there. Casey took it to another level with the stripping. Casey likes to use his body as a medium for expression and attention, and he just started taking off his clothes, and I'll do it too. I mean, it gets hot in here with 15 guys.
To hear each other better, we stand in a circle and if it happens that one person starts stripping, the domino effect sometimes occurs where other people start taking off their clothes.
All of us were absolutely shaking because it was like the rehearsal before our first show. And one day we were standing in a circle in room 17 back there, and somebody threw a wallet into the center, and then came keys, and then glasses, and then a shirt, and then 2 shirts, and then pants.
Yeah, so we'll get to a point where probably 80% of the guys are in just their underwear, and we're all standing around clapping, and it's okay.
Throwing things in the circle, it's just like a ridiculous thing. There's no way to explain it. It's just something that kind of developed. And it usually happens when things have been kind of tense in the group. It's just kind of releasing all our troubles in the middle there and letting them go away.
Almost every a cappella group that I've ever seen has one song where they'll come out for the encore, and then after they've done whatever else they're going to do for the encore and for the entire concert, they sing this one song. They bring the alumni up on stage because it's the one song that never leaves the group and everyone knows it.
Through, like, when I've been singing here, there have been a couple songs that we've really kept going. Good Ol' Acapella is really the song that we always sing at our concerts.
It's kind of overdone, like every group does it, but it's still, I mean, it is about like 12 guys on stage together as brothers, and if you've been on a team or a group, you know what that means. Because as much like BS as we do, like, we do care about each other and we put in a lot of work together. That's why we put our arms around each other at the end, because it's like, it's just something special that, like, you appreciate if you've been, like, in a group. I don't know, when it comes together, it's important, so.
Karaoke bar by the banks of the mighty Bosphorus. There's a Japanese man at a business room, singing smoke gets in your eyes.
A few of the guys usually carry the arranging load for the whole group. It's usually like 3 or 4 people. And originally Ian would do all of it when in like the original group of members, and eventually that expanded. Joe and I did a lot of it in our first couple of years. I've tapered off because I hate it.
I met with Ian and I told him I wanted to do it, so we did an arrangement together. I'd do Anything for Love, which we still sing, and it was so much fun. I was like, I want to do this, it's cool.
Arranging isn't really a science. You can think about it like as the root, the third, the fifth, like which notes are which in each chord. You obviously have to figure out the chords before you do anything. But once you do that, it's all about creativity, and it's all about learning the program, first of all.
Like, when you're in the process at first, sometimes it's terrible, it's not a lot of fun, and you have to do a lot of work outside the group, but then to hear everybody sing it and to hear it come together is really rewarding.
At the heart of it, we're an amateur group. It's not like we're professional musicians with degrees or anything like that. We're people, like, we're a group of people with a diverse range of interests who love to get together and sing, and that's okay. It just means that, we have to kind of cater our arrangements to that level. Not that it can't be good and be simple. I think a lot of the best things are simple in a cappella.